Hey everyone, Michelle here and welcome back to my channel and welcome to my December book haul. Elephant in the room. Guess who forgot she was getting books for Christmas? So got more books. Because some of these are Christmas books, I'm going to leave them till the end of the video so I can thank the people properly who got me them. So let's get straight on to pre-orders and books that I got because people were unhauling. Thank you, Ada. So the first book is You'll Be the Death of Me by Karen M. McManus. This is a YA mystery thriller. If you have been watching my channel since the beginning, you'll know that Karen is one of my favourite YA mystery thriller authors. None of her books have ever gotten below 4 stars to me. So as soon as I heard she had another book out, I had to pre-order. And one thing I love is that Waterstones always has sprayed edges to match the colour of the title. I love it. So as normal with book hauls, I will read you the synopsis. Skipping school is fun until someone gets murdered. Ivy, Mateo and Cal used to be close. Best friends back in middle school. So when Cal pulls into campus late for class and runs into Ivy and Mateo, they decide to ditch school, just like old times. But they're not the only ones skipping school that day. When the trio spot classmate Brian Boney Mahoney acting suspiciously downtown, they follow him into an empty building and walk straight into a murder scene. Now that their day of freedom has turned deadly, it's only a matter of time before the truth comes out. The next book I hauled was A Psalm of Storms and Silence by Roseanne A. Brown. This is the sequel to A Song of Race and Ruins. Because it is a sequel, I cannot tell you the synopsis without spoiling it. Because it has been like 2 years since I read the first book, all I can remember is enemies to lovers, magic, a girl who fights for what she wants, and demons. And a boy who is in touch with his feelings and loves his family. I cannot wait to read this next year. The next book I got was Am Widow by Ziran J. Zhao. I think that's how you pronounce her name. It's an X, I'm saying Ziran. If that's incorrect, please tell me. Yes, this is the lovely Illumicrate edition. So we have the edges and we have that on the cover it says, as a phoenix, I should say, "You've been living a dream for long enough. Welcome to your nightmare." I love it. And then we have reverse jacket, which I quite like. There is polyamory in here. When I took off that cover, I realised in their bio it says they, them. I'm not sure if that is their pronouns, but if that is, I do apologise for saying her earlier. I will read you the synopsis because I quite like the sound of it for this one. Before I read you the synopsis, I'm really bad at names, so I will put names of towns or people or places if I think I'm getting them wrong. So if I am, please let me know. The boys of Huazia dream of the celebrity status that comes with piloting chrysalises, giant transforming robots that battle the aliens beyond the Great Wall. Their female co-pilots are expected to serve as concubines and sacrifice their lives. When 18-year-old Zetian offers herself up as a concubine pilot, her plan is to assassinate the ace male pilot responsible for her sister's death. But on miraculously emerging from the cockpit unscathed after her first battle, she is declared an Iron Widow, the most feared pilot of all. Now that Zetian has had a taste of power, she sets her sights on bigger things. The time has come to stop more girls from being sacrificed. The next book I got was from Ada, so thank you, Ada, and that is Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. I love the Caraval series, so I was quite excited when Stephanie announced this next series, I believe. And Ada wasn't interested in Caraval, or she read it and didn't like it. Comment down below if I'm wrong, Ada, just call me out publicly. And when Fairy Loot said they were doing this in their box, she quite kindly asked if I would like it. So I suggest. I do have the Waterstones edition, so I'm not going to be reading this one. But yeah, I love it. And can I just say, I love them thread edges. I haven't actually looked at the naked. Sorry, I haven't looked at books this month because I just didn't want to. I just wanted to read. How stunning! Oh my god, let me see it. How stunning is that? How stunning! There's a reverse jacket. This is the thing. I don't look at things properly. How pretty! Oh my gosh, how pretty is that? Oh. When I eventually get my library, I'm turning all these reverse jackets around and putting them out so everyone can see them. That is a back of the naked hardback. Oh, I love it. And then that's the end papers. Oh, I love them so much. And then it end papers here. Yes. Oh, I love it so much. I generally can't remember what this book's about. What this book is about. All I heard was Stephanie Garber, the Prince of Hearts, if I remember. Yes, Prince of Hearts, and I was like, sold. So let's read the synopsis. Never make a deal with a fate. For as long as she can remember, Evangeline Fox has believed in happily ever after, until she learns that the love of her life is about to marry another, and her dreams are shattered. Desperate to stop the wedding and heal her wounded heart, Evangeline strikes a deal with a charismatic but wicked Prince of Hearts. In exchange for his help, he asks for 3 kisses, to be given at the time and place of his choosing. But after Evangeline's first promised kiss, she learns that bargaining with an immortal is a dangerous game, and that the Prince of Hearts wants far more from her than she pledged. He has plans for Evangeline, plans that will either end in the greatest happily ever after, or the most exquisite tragedy. I am reading in January. I don't care whatever else I put on my TBR. I am reading this book in January. The next book is The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner. Why am I struggling with these books? Yeah, this book was kind of hyped up by a lot of people and then it died down a bit. So I'm hoping because it's died down, I will enjoy it a lot more, because I know Ada's really worried that when I say I don't enjoy hype books and I get books from her that are hype, she's like, I hope you like them. Such as the book she got me for Christmas. So hoping, Ada, this will break the track we have at the moment. A forgotten history, a secret network of women, a legacy of poison and revenge. Welcome to the Lost Apothecary. Hidden in the depths of 18th century London, a secret apothecary shop caters to an unusual kind of clientele. Women across the city whisper of a mysterious figure named Nella, who sells well-disguised poisons to use against the oppressive men in their lives. But the apothecary's fate is jeopardised when her newest patron, a precocious 12-year-old, makes a fatal mistake, sparking a string of consequences that echo through the centuries. Meanwhile, in present-day London, aspiring historian Carolyn Parswell spends her 10th wedding anniversary alone, running from her own demons. When she stumbles upon a clue to the unsolved apothecary murders that haunted London 200 years ago, her life collides with the apothecaries in a stunning twist of fate, and not everyone will survive. And the third book I got from Ada was The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. Greece in the Age of the Heroes. Patroclus, an awkward young prince, has been exiled to the court of King Peleus and his perfect son Achilles. Despite their differences, Achilles befriends the shamed prince, and as they grow into young men skilled in the art of war and medicine, their bond blossoms into something deeper, despite the displeasure of Achilles' mother, Thetis, a cruel sea goddess. But when word comes that Helen of Sparta has been kidnapped, Achilles must go to war in distant Troy and fulfill his destiny. Torn between love and fear for his friend Patroclus goes with him, little knowing that the years that follow will test everything they hold dear. And the fourth book I got from Ada that wasn't for Christmas is The Silence of the Girls by Pat Barker. I promise I didn't put these two books together on purpose. When the Greek queen Helen is kidnapped by Trojans, the Greeks sail in pursuit, besieging the city of Troy. Trapped in the Greek soldiers' camp is another captured queen, Briseis. Condemned to be bed slave to Achilles, a man who butchered her family, she becomes a pawn in a menacing game between bored and frustrated warriors. In the centuries after this most famous war, history will write her off, a footnote in a bloody story scripted by vengeful men. But Briseis has a very different tale to tell. The next book I got was A Marvellous Light by Freya Maskey. Maskey, I think? Maskey or Maskey, I'm not sure. This is the Illumicrate edition, so it's so pretty. I think this is very similar to the actual UK cover, except this pattern is actually on the thing. But I love this design. I have a Goldsboro book just like this, so I quite enjoy that. And of course there are stenciled edges. It's a Illumicrate one, is there not stenciled edges? At least I can read this. On the Goldsboro one I have, it's white on light blue, and I struggled reading it. Tall Bones for my birthday book haul, if you remember. If not, please go watch. A hidden world, a magical conspiracy, a thrilling romance. Young Baronet Robin Blythe was already in a spot of bother. He's struggling to be a decent older brother and a responsible employer, and to rescue the estate ravaged by his late parents' excesses. Then an administrative mistake appoints him parliamentary liaison to a secret society, and he discovers magic lies beneath the reality he's always known. Soon Robin must contend with magic's dangers as well as its beauty, for as he tries to find his missing predecessor, he attracts a deadly curse. To navigate these hazards, he'll need the help of Edwin Corsi, his prickly magical society counterpart. But his aloof associate clearly wishes Robin were anyone and anywhere else. Drawn together by unexpected perils, Robin and Edwin will discover a mystery as old as the power that binds the land, a plot that threatens every magician in the British Isles, and a secret that some have already died to keep. Now on to books I got for Christmas and for my Secret Santa in D&D. Thank you, John. I got How to Kill Your Family by Bella Mackey, the signed edition. I went to the Waterstones, the next town over in Leeds, with Ada, and I was thinking of buying this and I decided not to because Christmas is coming up. I think Ada had a nice little word with my Secret Santa and I was so happy, so thank you, John. Bye, Ada. They say you can't choose your family, but you can kill them. Perfect. I have killed several people, some brutally, others calmly, and yet I currently languish in jail for a murder I did not commit. When I think about what I actually did, I feel somewhat sad that nobody will ever know about the complex operation that I undertook. Getting away with it is highly preferable, of course, but perhaps when I'm long gone, someone will open an old safe and find this confession. The public would reel. After all, almost nobody else in the world can possibly understand how someone, by the tender age of 28, can have killed 6 members of her family, and then happily carried on with the rest of her life, never to regret a thing. I love it. I love it. And thank you to Ada for gifting me for Christmas The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. I'm going to say Hardwood, it's Hazelwood. Ada adored this book. And then after Christmas, I DNF'd a really, really popular book and sent her a voice note saying, I just think I don't really like really, really hype books. And she sent me one back saying, I'm hoping that's not the same for your Christmas present. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. Sorry for the cut there. As you can probably tell by the laugh, I have a cold, so I laughed and coughed. This is hyped on TikTok, as it says on the cover. This is hyped on BookTube. I'm still not 100% sure what this book's actually about. So let's read the synopsis together. When a fake relationship between scientists meets the irresistible force of attraction, it throws one woman's carefully calculated theories on love into chaos. As a third-year PhD candidate, Olive Smith doesn't believe in lasting romantic relationships. But her best friend does, and that's what got her into the situation. Convincing Anne that Olive is on her way to a happily ever after was always going to be tough. Scientists require proof. So like any self-respecting woman, Olive panics and kisses the first man she sees. That man is none other than Adam Carlson, a young hotshot professor and a well-known ass. Which is why Olive is positively flawed when he agrees to keep her charade a secret and be her fake boyfriend. But when a big science conference goes haywire and Adam surprises her again with his unyielding support and his unyielding abs, their little experiment feels dangerously close to combustion. Olive soon discovers that the only thing more complicated than a hypothesis on love is putting her own heart under the microscope. I think I'm going to like this one, Ada. The next 4 books are from my best friend Matt, so thank you so much, Matt. The first book Matt got me was Who Did You Tell by Leslie Cara. I read Leslie's first book, The Rumour. I really, really enjoyed it, so I'm hoping I will enjoy this one. It's a very short synopsis. We said we'd keep it a secret, that no one needed to know. But someone is tormenting me now. Someone knows where I am and what I've done. The question is, who did you tell? Love it. The second book is Magnus Chase and the Sword of the Summer by Rick Riordan. This is the first book in the Magnus Chase series, and this is based on Norse gods. Yeah, Norse gods, I was correct. My name is Magnus Chase. I'm orphaned and living rough on the streets of Boston, and things are about to get much worse. I was sleeping under a bridge when some guy kicked me awake and said they're after you. Next thing I know, I'm reunited with my obnoxious uncle, who casually informs me that my long-lost father is a Norse god. The gods of Asgard are prepping for a war. Apparently, if I can't find the sword my father lost 2,000 years ago, there will be doom. But first I'm going to die. This is the story of how my life goes downhill from there. I'm getting Percy Jackson vibes. Of course, it's the same author. And it's very similar to the first Percy Jackson book, Percy Jackson the Lightning Thief. I'm hoping it's not just like a play play of that, and I actually enjoy this for it being separate. The third book is Fable by Adrian Young. As the daughter of the most powerful trader in the Narrows, the sea is the only home 17-year-old Fable has ever known. It's been 4 years since her father abandoned her on a legendary island filled with thieves and little food. To survive, she must keep to herself, learn to trust no one, and rely on the unique skills her mother taught her. The only thing that keeps her going is the goal of getting off the island, finding her father and demanding her rightful place beside him and his crew. To do so, Fable enlists the help of a young trader named West to get her off the island and across the Narrows to her father. But Fable soon finds that Wes isn't who he seems. Together they will have to survive more than the treacherous storms that haunt the Narrows if they're going to stay alive. And the fourth and final book Matt got me was The Good Daughter by Karen Slaughter. 28 years ago, Charlotte and Samantha Quinn's childhoods were destroyed by a terrifying attack on their family home. It left their mother dead, it left their father, a notorious defence attorney, devastated. And it left the family consumed by secrets from that shocking night. 28 years later, Charlie has followed in her father's footsteps to become a lawyer. But when violence comes to their hometown again, the case triggers memories that she's desperately trying to suppress. Because the shocking truth about the crime which destroyed her family won't stay buried forever. And finally, the last 2 books I got were from my best friend Sophie, her partner Callum, and my adorable little fur niece Bella, so thank you 3 so much. And the first book is Rebel Spy by Veronica Rossi. Can I just say I love that tagline? Never underestimate a lady. I ain't a lady, but never underestimate. Rebellious Franny Tasker knows little about the war between England and its 13 colonies in 1776, until a shipwreck off her home in Grand Bahama Island presents an unthinkable opportunity. Assuming the identity of the drowned Emmeline Coates, Franny is rescued by a British merchant ship and sails to New York. For the next 3 years, Franny lives a lie as Miss Coates, swept up in a courtship with a dashing British lieutenant. After witnessing the dark side of the war, she realises her position gives her power. Soon she finds herself eavesdropping on British officers, risking everything to pass information to George Washington's Culper spy ring under the alias 355. Franny believes in the fight for American liberty. But what will it cost her? And the final book they got me, and the final book I hauled in December, was The Witch Haven by Sasha Peyton Smith. Well-behaved witches seldom make history. Yes. In 1911 New York City, 17-year-old Frances Hallowell spent her days as a seamstress, mourning the mysterious death of her brother months prior. Everything changes when she's attacked and a man ends up dead at her feet. Her scissors in his neck, and she can't explain how they got there. Before she can be condemned as a murderess, 2 cape-wearing nurses arrive to inform her that she is deathly ill and is ordered to report to Haxhaven Sanitarium. Struggle there, Michelle. But Frances finds that Haxhaven isn't a sanitarium at all, it's a school for witches. Within Haxhaven's glittering walls, she discovers the sisterhood she craves, but the headmistress warns Frances that magic is dangerous. Frances has no interest in the small, safe magic of her school, and is instead enchanted by Finn, a boy with magic who appears in her dreams, and tells her he can teach her all she's been craving to learn. Lessons that may bring her closer to discovering what truly happened to her brother. But Frances' newfound power attracts the attention of an ancient order's dangerous leader, who yearns for a magical control of Manhattan, and who will stop at nothing to have Frances by his side. Frances must ultimately choose what matters more: justice for her murdered brother and her growing feelings for Finn, or the safety of her city and fellow witches. What price would she pay for power? And what if the truth is more terrible than she ever imagined? This is the part where I normally lift the books that I have hauled, but I'm on it, if I'm being honest. My cold is kicking my ass right now. I've already allocated some of them books to the Pop Sugar Readathon. I'm hoping to do my video for that tomorrow, so that will be up sometime in January. But some of them I'm hoping to read in January itself. So keep an eye out for my TBR. Have you read any of these books? Ada, I'm waiting for your comment either on here or WhatsApp. Just send me it. If you have read any of them and you've got thoughts, please let me know. If you're planning on reading any of these, again, please let me know when, and maybe we can arrange a little buddy read maybe. If you like this video, please leave a like. If you are new to my channel, hi, my name is Michelle. I read a variety of genres, as you can tell. I'm not great at reviewing books, but I try my best. If you are new and you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. My goal for 2022 is to hit 50 subscribers. And I'm only 21 away, so any help would be great. If you don't want to though, please don't feel any pressure. If you want to go watch some of my other videos, I'm not always sounding like this, and I'm a bit more enthusiastic and energetic. But until next time, bye.